Good afternoon, everyone on YouTube. I've got some more kaiju stuff, related monster movie flicks. Um, they're not Godzilla related, but I'm sure you'll find these interesting. Next up we have Poseidon Rex. The concept of this movie I had wanted to see a while back, so I got it. I saw it at Walmart, bought it, and it was unrated. There are some nudity scenes that they could have done without, but the concept of this monster film, besides the language, because the language was kind of foul, was very unique. It's about a T-Rex that is half a water monster, sea serpent, I guess, and it guards this ancient treasure that this diver is supposed to go out and dig up for. And eventually finds the treasure, anchors the guardian of the stuff, and it comes abroad. Well, needless to say, the diver guy falls for a biologist chick, and the military gets involved, and they decide they're going to bomb the island, and they figure out where to hide, that could be safe from the devastation of the island as soon as these guys kill the creature. And they also find out how it reproduces and things like that. Now, if you don't mind the foul language, and you don't mind the CGI, and you don't mind some of the nudity scenes, go pick up this movie if you can find it, because I don't think Walmart carries this anymore. Might be able to find it on Amazon or something like that, but it's not a bad movie. General audience might like it. It's kind of cheesy, but then again, all monster movie sci-fi flicks are. Lake Placid versus the Anaconda. I picked this up when I went to go visit my dad of this year. It had some great monster action between the crocodiles and the Anaconda, but sadly it had a whole bunch of nudity scenes. I could have done without that. They could have cut some of that stuff out. This was unrated, and unfortunately there's like a sex scene in here that I just don't care for. I mostly got it just to see the monster action. But if you don't care about that kind of thing, then this movie is for you. Okay? Eight-Legged Freaks. The most funniest B-movie ever made with CGI and some mechanical parts. I took my mom to see this in the theaters, and she had a big arachnophobia fear. Ever since Arachnid or whatever it is that came out, Arachnophobia movie or whatever it was called, Arachnids or whatever came out. To that day, she would not go see a spider movie. Well, I dragged her to go see this, and I laughed all the way through this. And after watching it many times, you can actually hear the spiders make little crazy sounds, like one of them's holding on to the cop car and he's going like, wee! And you just barely make out the sound. You can also see there's also some bloopers in this movie. When the guy's getting attacked by the spider, the owner of the tarantulas, before they become really badly mutated, due to the toxic waste, you can see the handlers with their cage prodding one of the tarantulas to crawl out of the cage. And that's one of the major bloopers you can definitely see, because after that there's not any bloopers. But you have to really watch it to find it. But if you like funny stuff, this is a good movie to watch on a Saturday with a group of friends and laugh your heads off. A very classic B. I really wish this had helped gotten more B movies made, because this should have brought back the giant monsters stuff, despite the Godzilla 98 folly. Now, my favorite film, Pacific Rim. I've been meaning to do a review on this. This movie was so well done with the CG. Uh, and the monster fights were wonderful. The storyline was well done. The actors were really good. Basically, what happens is there are aliens down in the rim, and they decide, because humanity has basically polluted the earth, made it perfect for them, that they are going to send up monsters to conquer the world, so that wipe out humanity so they can take over as the dominant race. Well, we decide to build these robots to defeat these monsters. And each monster has a category number of how tough it is. Well, those robots are called Jaegers, and the Jaegers go out and defeat these monsters, these kaiju. And it is worldwide. The brother team go out to face, I believe he was called Leatherback, I think, or something like that, or Knifehead. I think it was Knifehead. But anyway, they go out to defeat Knifehead, and Knifehead ends up tearing Gypsy Danger apart and basically taking the guy's brother, who eventually pilots with Miko, I think, or whatever her name is. And she helps him pilot Gypsy Danger for their last mission. They eventually succeed, and they do blow up the alien base. I'm really looking forward to hopefully they will make a sequel to this, and it'll be even better, because this director really pushed the envelope on the CGI. Another good movie that also pushed the envelope on computer graphics was King Kong. And I'm really stoked for Godzilla vs. King Kong and King Kong Skull Island, because of the fact that there needs to be a remake done, and this would be epic. I mean, it really would. This movie was great. They had a lot of things in there that was amazing. Killer man-eating Senate bugs, giant dinosaurs, and Kong himself was great. This is the best Kong movie I ever saw, and yes, I call it a remake because that kind of typically is what this is. There's been many remakes of King Kong over the years, starting with the 1933 classic. And then, of course, from there you go into the other stories. Well, I don't have the other classic Kong films, and I would like to get them, and I probably will get them at some point. I just don't have them right now. But this movie was, graphic-wise, when it came out, it made my cousin motion sick. She could not even watch it in the theaters. And I loved it because it had my favorite subject, dinosaurs, and a giant ape. So if you really want an action-packed movie, get this. I know it's probably now on Blu-ray by now, I would imagine. But if it's not, if they're still producing it, get it on DVD because it's amazing. And up next, we have my Jurassic Park collection. Now, this is not on DVD. This is on Blu-ray. This has pretty much all the films plus a special disc set, which you can see. Now, Jurassic Park really set the bar. And it was the first movie of its kind to use computer-generated graphics in dinosaur movies. And they did really well. I mean, the actors made you believe that they really were there on the screen with them. The only one that was a full functioning model was the actual T-Rex. And then Lost World was another one. It was pretty great. Lost World had a little bit more dinosaurs in it. And it was basically to preserve the island so that nobody could take dinosaurs off. Number 3, we go back because to the first island to the second island again, because a little kid and his 3-year-old person decide that, they're gonna parachute, around the island, which is dangerous, considering there's dinosaurs there, off of Costa Rica, and eventually they get into trouble, and parents decide that, well, Alan Grant can take them to the island, but the way they lied to him is they tell him, oh, well, we just want to tour the island and, and all this stuff. And he has no clue that they're there searching for their lost son. Well, then we get introduced to a Spinosaurus who kills T-Rex, which I thought that was terrible. I thought T-Rex could really kill Spinosaurus, but whatever. The Pteranodons were awesome. I mean, there was some impressive scenery that outshone these two over here. And I will say that I like number 3 the best. A lot of people will say they like number 1 more. Number 2, there was some things I didn't really care for too much, but number 3 I thought was really great. And then, of course, over here we've got all the special features. Now, I don't have Jurassic Park The Lost World yet. I do intend to get that soon. I'll pre-order it soon, probably next pay period. Now, Ultra Q, I had to go and buy this because this is the prequel to Ultraman. Okay? This is what started Ultraman off. This has a lot of different kaiju in it. Basically, what they do in this movie is the military is able to defeat the kaiju. But they go out and they investigate and they catalog all these kaijus and everything. Some are friendly, some aren't. Now, because nobody was fighting them, they realized that people were losing interest in this series. So, they came up with Ultraman, and that series is still going on to this day. In it, we have a being from space, an energy being, who, in the very first episode, comes in and he crash lands against an investigator ship because he's tracking down a kaiju that landed in this lake. Well, he obviously killed the guy that was in his ship. And, of course, Ultraman, knowing that this guy should have lived, saves his life by sharing his life force with this man. And he said, for the time being, I will help you defeat these monsters. And for that time period, you and I will be as one. But, unknown to Ultraman, because he decided to defend Earth, he now has a limit to how he can transform into Ultraman to defeat these monsters. Because if the timer on his chest runs out, he will die. He will no longer be able to function. He will get very weak. So he has to make sure that his fights end really fast. Now, here's the thing. Between these two, they actually reused 2 suits from 2 Godzilla movies. One is in the very first episode of Ultra Q, and the other one is like close to the last episode on this disc, I think. And it's called Jurassic. Now, Jurassic you can clearly tell is a Godzilla suit, and the other one is a modified Godzilla suit. So it's kind of hard to tell in black and white. But they did remake use of a lot of the monster suits from Godzilla's franchise. So they came up with different monsters and different things, and I thought they were really awesome, really cool. Now this film here is entirely in black and white. This over here is in color, okay? So you have a black and white over here and this in color. I thought they were very well done, very cool. And and stuff. And that's it for that review. Out of all these that I've shown today, I recommend that you go out and you buy them and you watch them for yourself. You're either going to hate it or you're going to like it, okay? That's just a sad fact of life. Now, I liked it because the stories were different and each has a special place in my heart. And I thought I would share my movies that interest me with you all. Peace out, everybody, and good luck hunting. Okay.